The androids were prophesized to end all of humankind. That was the story Toriyama was going for many years ago. There were so many horrible things that these androids were going to do throughout the years, but it didn't really end up happening at all, at least in this timeline. The android revolution have become majoritively good. 17 won the tournament, 18 is married to Krillin, so although the androids were made for destruction and evil and the end of humankind, in the end they actually ended up helping a lot more than anything else. The reason for this in the main series is because there was a much bigger threat at the time, Cell. Because of Cell, Android 17 didn't even get to stay around for very long because he just got absorbed. Today there's a story that goes into why Android 17 and actually the main androids, how these guys would have turned good without the arrival of Cell. This is coming from Universe 11 of Dragon Ball Multiverse, where everything pretty much stays the same, except around the time the androids are made, there is no Cell in this story, so the androids don't have to worry about getting absorbed. Their only goal is what they were programmed for. Everyone's out training, doing their normal thing. Piccolo's up at Kami's, and because there is no Cell in this timeline, they don't actually end up fusing together. So what ends up happening? The androids arrive at Master Roshi's house, but no one's there. So they make their way straight to Goku, and in this version of events, this is the main fight. Piccolo vs 18, Trunks gets kneed in the stomach. It's all going down right here without the hyperbolic time chamber and without the interruptions of Cell. It actually starts out with Goku vs 17, and they're pretty even. It's a pretty interesting fight because there's about 5 Z fighters, Tien, Piccolo, Trunks, Goku, Vegeta even shows up, versing just the 2 androids. It gets clear that the androids do have infinite stamina, and Goku and everyone else, they can't fight like this forever, while the androids can. What ends up happening is that remote that shuts off the androids is just created, and they all kind of fight over that. You see them all jumping, pouncing towards it. Whoever presses this button first will shut off the androids. So it goes from what was once an intense fight into a pretty just scramble for this remote. The fight goes nowhere, and it's all kind of like they're just scrapping for this remote. Goku ends up getting to this remote first because of his instant transmission, and the first thing he says, "Oh, this remote shuts off the androids? That's not very fair." Android 17 doesn't play around at all. He says, "Don't come near me, do not press that button, or I'll destroy the Earth right now," as he points an energy blast right to the center of the Earth. The remote ends up getting destroyed, and initially this makes Bulma, the creator of it, upset. But she quickly says to 17, "Don't get too cocky, we'll have our best scientists in the world working on another one, and you'll be shut down in no time." 17 replies with, "Then we'll kill every scientist starting from now." This makes everyone slightly concerned. However, 16 stands up and says, "17, don't be a criminal, you were good." Goku steps up and says, "We don't actually want to kill you. We're only doing this because we thought that you were just straight up evil. If you don't go on a killing rampage, we won't bother you. We could train with each other anytime and get stronger." That's what Goku says, and from that moment, Goku basically works out a peace treaty with the androids. Because the androids hated their creator, Dr. Gero, for taking their lives and putting them into these cyborg machines, they don't actually feel the obligation to obey everything he says. And so that's why they're not absolutely destructive and are willing to talk with Goku. This is how it would have been in the main series too. The androids, in 17 specifically, were more up for adventure and fun than anything else. Killing Goku was a goal, however as the series plays out, killing Goku is a lot easier said than done. Some time passes in this story and the androids start training with Goku and Vegeta just like their sparring partners. Android 17 even helps Gohan transform into a Super Saiyan for the first time. They end up fitting in really well. Even Android 16 is helping out Goku's wife. It's an interesting story because these were the guys that were never thought to be on Goku's side. They were programmed, made and created to kill Goku. The story eventually gets to the point where Goku surpasses Android 17. He is now standing over him saying that your training has pushed me even further. So that's how Android 17 would have become a good guy. In the main series it took about 10 years of isolation, but here Goku and 17 were actually very good friends. Let me know what you think. This was just a tiny bit of interaction between Goku and the androids in Universe 11 of Dragon Ball Multiverse. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Dragon Ball video.